The Mubadala DC Open was supposed to be just another tournament on the WTA calendar. That is, until the Filipino fans arrived. Thousands of them. Waving flags, chanting names, and turning Washington D.C. into a sea of red, white, blue, and yellow. Alex Eala hadn't even stepped onto the court yet, and the atmosphere was already electric. Tickets were flying off the shelves. The stadium was packed with supporters who had traveled from across the United States just to catch a glimpse of their hero. What was supposed to be a tennis tournament in America had transformed into a homecoming celebration for the Philippines' biggest sports icon. And when Alex Eala finally made her debut, the entire city took notice. Today on Top Spin, we are breaking down the incredible fan takeover, the electric atmosphere, and why Alex Eala's DC Open debut has become a defining moment for Filipino fans everywhere. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The moment Alex Eala's participation in the Mubadala DC Open was announced, Filipino fans mobilized. They had been following her journey since her historic Wimbledon run, where she became the first Filipino to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam in the Open era. Now, they had the chance to see her in person. And they were not going to miss it. Tickets for the tournament sold at a rapid pace, with the Filipino community in the United States snapping up seats in record numbers. The William H. G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center, which typically hosts a mix of local and international fans, was transformed into a sea of Philippine flags. The chants of Eala, 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 echoed through the stadium, creating an atmosphere that was both electric and overwhelming. The support was not just about the numbers, it was about the energy. Every point Eala won was met with thunderous applause. Every rally was accompanied by cheers that seemed to shake the very foundations of the stadium. The Filipino fans had turned a tennis tournament into a celebration of national pride. Andy Roddick, the former U.S. Open champion, commented on the phenomenon, saying, "Eala Mania is fun. Imagine, wherever you live, whatever the biggest venue is closest to you, imagine having watch parties for a fourth-round match at Wimbledon, and having no room. I am here for Eala Mania, it's great for tennis." The atmosphere was reminiscent of the support that Manny Pacquiao received in his prime. But this was different. This was tennis. And the world was taking notice. The Filipino community had made their presence felt, and they were determined to show the world that the Philippines had arrived on the global tennis stage. The Eala Effect had reached America, and it was a beautiful thing to behold. The fans were not just there to see a tennis player, they were there to celebrate a shared achievement. They were there to show the world that the Philippines is proud of its daughter. The tournament organizers, who had seen large crowds at previous events, were taken aback by the sheer volume of Filipino supporters. The demand for tickets was so high that additional sections had to be opened to accommodate the influx. Local media outlets covered the phenomenon, with headlines like "Filipino fans take over Washington and Eala Mania sweeps the capital." The support was a testament to the deep connection that Eala has forged with her people, a bond that transcends borders and brings the Filipino diaspora together in celebration of their champion. The Filipino takeover of Washington, D.C. was not a coincidence. It was the culmination of a phenomenon that had been building for months. The Eala Effect had transformed Alex Eala from a promising junior into a global icon, and her fanbase had grown exponentially with each historic victory. Eala's Wimbledon run had been a turning point. Her victory over defending champion Iga Swiatek on center court had captured the imagination of fans around the world. The highlight reel of that win became the most watched video of the entire championships on Wimbledon's official YouTube channel. She had become the first Filipino to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam in the Open era. And in doing so, she had inspired a nation. The support had been building for years. At the Australian Open, Filipino fans had queued for hours just to catch a glimpse of her. At Indian Wells, the stadium was packed with supporters waving Philippine flags. Now, in Washington, D.C., the Eala Effect had reached a new level. The fans who had been watching her from afar finally had the chance to see her in person, and they were determined to make their presence felt. Andy Roddick, who has been a vocal supporter of Eala, described the phenomenon as a movement that she is single-handedly creating. She is single-handedly bringing more fans into tennis in a very committed and passionate way. Roddick's words were a reflection of the respect that Eala had earned from the tennis community. She was no longer just a promising talent, she was a player who had captured the hearts of millions. The Eala effect has also been felt by her opponents. At Indian Wells, Jessica Pegula, who faced Eala in the Miami Open semi-finals, described the experience of playing against a crowd that was overwhelmingly behind her opponent. Even Coco Gauff, who has faced Eala on the court, acknowledged the support that Eala receives. The Eala effect is a phenomenon that the tennis world is still trying to understand, and it was on full display in Washington, D.C. The fans' unwavering support has become a source of strength for Eala, reminding her that she is not just playing for herself but for an entire nation. The excitement surrounding Alex Eala's DC Open debut was amplified by the news that she would be reuniting with tennis legend Venus Williams in the doubles draw. The pairing, which had first come together at the Bad Homburg Open, had captured the imagination of fans around the world. The duo had reached the quarterfinals in their debut, and Venus had described Eala as the best partner. The reunion in Washington, D.C. was highly anticipated. The tournament organizers announced the partnership on social media, simply writing, "Dream Team." The post quickly went viral, with fans expressing their excitement about seeing the two players compete together. Eala and Williams were spotted training together ahead of the tournament, fueling even more excitement. Eala and Williams were seen hitting together in a practice session, with tournament organizers sharing a video that amassed over 50,000 views within hours. The sight of the two players training alongside each other was a powerful symbol of the mentorship and camaraderie that defines their partnership. Eala, who has always looked up to Venus, described the experience as incredible, noting that Williams has a special work ethic and a special mindset. She added, "I just took that week to absorb everything I could absorb and learn from her." The presence of Venus Williams added another layer of intrigue to the tournament. The 46-year-old American legend is a 7-time Grand Slam singles champion and a 14-time Grand Slam doubles champion. Her experience and leadership are invaluable, and her partnership with Eala is a symbol of the changing nature of tennis. It brings together two generations of players, bridging the gap between the past and the future. The combination of Eala's speed and youthful energy with Venus's experience and tactical intelligence made the duo a formidable team. The fans were eager to see them in action, and their presence in the draw added to the excitement of the tournament. The Dream Team was back, and the tennis world was watching. The partnership is not just about winning matches, it is about mentorship, learning, and growth, as Eala continues to learn from one of the greatest players in the history of the sport. The Filipino diaspora in the United States is one of the largest in the world. With millions of Filipinos living and working across the country, the community has always been eager to support their countrymen. But Alex Eala's rise has taken that support to a new level. The United States is home to a large Filipino population, particularly in cities like Los Angeles, New York, and Washington, D.C. When Eala was announced for the DC Open, the Filipino community in the DC area mobilized. They organized travel arrangements, coordinated watch parties, and ensured that the stadium would be filled with Philippine flags. Eala's fanbase has become so dedicated that watch parties have been held in arenas, with fans creating a vibrant and passionate atmosphere wherever she plays. The support from the fans was a reflection of the deep connection that Eala has forged with her people. For them, she is not just a player, she is a symbol of hope. She is a testament to the power of perseverance and dedication. Her journey from a young girl in Manila to a Grand Slam standout is an inspiration. The fans who filled the stadium in D.C. were not just there to see a tennis player, they were there to celebrate a shared achievement. Eala has spoken about the unique support she receives from Filipinos around the world. "I think we're just very proud of where we come from," she once said. "We have a really strong sense of community, and you can see it whenever someone succeeds. We're a community that uplifts each other. We're positive people, and when positive things happen to fellow Filipinos around the world, we share in that joy and happiness." The reception in D.C. was a reflection of that philosophy. The support was also deeply personal. For many overseas Filipino workers, supporting Eala is more than just watching a tennis match. It is a way of staying connected to their homeland. When Eala plays, the Filipino community comes together, creating a sense of belonging and shared purpose. The DC Open became a celebration of Filipino pride, a moment where the diaspora could come together and show their support for their hero. The scenes at the stadium were a testament to the power of community and the deep connection that Eala has forged with her people. Even in moments of defeat, the fans' loyalty remains unwavering, as they continue to support their champion through every triumph and challenge. Let us zoom out. The Filipino takeover of Washington D.C. was about more than just a tennis tournament. It was about the power of representation and the impact of a single individual to inspire a nation. Alex Eala's journey from a young girl in Manila to a global icon is a testament to the power of perseverance and dedication. Eala has already achieved more than any Filipino player before her. She is the first to be seeded at Wimbledon. She is the first to reach the second week of a Grand Slam. She has beaten the best players in the world, including the defending champion Iga Swiatek. She is only 21 years old, and her journey is just beginning. The support from her fans is a testament to the impact she has had on the Philippines. She is not just a tennis player, she is a movement. The tennis world is watching, and the Philippines is celebrating. Alex Eala is ready for the next challenge. In a heartfelt message to her fans, she expressed her gratitude, saying, "Maraming salamat sa pagtanggap sa akin mga kababayan. Thank you for giving me a warm welcome, fellow Filipinos. Each and every one of your stories has touched me on a profound level. I leave with a refreshed memory of what I carry when I'm out there playing tennis. And wow, is it a privilege to be part of something bigger than myself. Never been prouder to represent home." The DC Open was just the beginning of a new chapter in her incredible story. She is not just a tennis player, she is a global icon. Her journey is a reminder that greatness can come from anywhere, and that the power of dreams is limitless. The Filipino fans who took over Washington D.C. proved that Alex Eala has a home away from home. And that wherever she goes, the Philippines will be behind her. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.